What do you think the order of things is between, like, choosing what the Pokemon's cry looks like versus where they are in the game? Like, do you think they put more effort into thinking of the cries of, like, Pidgey and Rattata and their like because you see them more and earlier than something like Lickitung, which you'll literally never see, or like Porygon?
I kind of wonder that too.
I feel like Budew is an example of that. Budew's cry is so weird. Or like Kricketune, the like those are pretty common early game Pokemon. And they stick out in your brain. I don't know. Food for thought.
Kricketune is one of the only Pokemon where I actually think their cry is neat.
The only one.
Can't think of any other Pokemon.
Ghastly.
This is some ROM hack cherry, man.
What the... You mean just the islands in general?
Like, you go into a cave and it has town music? What? Why does every Pokemon game have hot springs?
Hot spring
Don't
episode.
say it's because it's Japan.
Okay.
Because that's probably the answer.
What? HM06? They added more HMs? And I assume it's Rock Smash, but I didn't remember this. Oh, Paris's Cry. It's a cool one.
I guess so.
It's the same as Muse, but still.
Why does this exist?
This like the Sevii Islands?
Yeah.
Or I have no idea. They just wanted to add content. Fuck am I going? I don't remember this these Sevii Islands.
You gotta
at
go
all.
back and break the 3 bricks.
I will do that, but just like for now, I'm like, what the fuck am I? Where am I going? What am I doing? I think I remember that you can't fly between the islands, or you can fly between the islands, but you can't fly between Kanto and the islands. You have to take the boat. All right. Unprompted. Hey, what if we all died like tomorrow? Wouldn't that be fucked up? Do you think that Z is a font, or do you think they made it?
Like, they just typed a Z to make the sprite.
Yeah. Game Freak just had like some big bubbly font. For...
Possible that it's a font they like traced over.
I wonder which Pokemon types have the most overlap in terms of what they're good against and what they're weak against. Like their strengths and weaknesses. I assume it's like Bug and Grass because they're both weak to like fire, flying, and they're both good against maybe that's their only similarities actually. I don't know. There's probably an objective answer to this question. Whoa. Random trainer using an item.
I randomly started playing Crazy Taxi recently.
Which is the Steam version?
Yeah, which is like supposedly inferior because of course it is.
Yeah, I always hear that the console ports of Crazy Taxi were always really bad, and I don't know if it's actually because they were ported badly or because, you know, it's just not the same experience. I actually did play Crazy Taxi at an arcade like in the past couple of years.
Oh.
Or I played the arcade machine. It wasn't in an arcade.
Did you
and it was
know
quite
about
fun.
any of the secret techniques?
Probably not.
Like if you shift into drive and also press the accelerator right after you do a big boost.
If it didn't say it on the machine, then no, I probably didn't do it. It tells you about a couple of techniques, but I don't...
Special techniques are really hard for me to get used to, partially because the explanations of them are just like straight up mistranslated, I think. Yeah, it's a good game. At least once per run, something fucking hilarious happens with the physics.
Didn't Sega, like, sometime last year, Sega was saying that, like, oh, we're gonna make new entries and all of your favorite, Sega franchises that aren't Sonic.
Yeah, supposedly the Crazy Taxi is gonna be an MMO.
Really? That'd be
Don't know how that
interesting.
works.
This is a cool song.
Master Ball.
Whatever. I don't feel like fucking throwing a million Pokeballs at a goddamn legendary.
What about the other two?
Fuck them.
Are you even gonna see them?
Articuno's in Seafoam Islands, and I'm not fucking going there. Zapdos is in the power plant, which I might go there because there's a rare candy over there.
Wasn't Moltres in Victory Road in there?
Yep, they had to invent a new place to put it. Because it just being in the middle of the final dungeon is kind of weird.
I remember when we did our race, I level 60 Blastoise just one-shot Moltres. I was thinking about catching it and it just died.
Blastel. I forgot that's her name. Oh yeah, this is the side quest that put Hypno into infamy. Because this little girl this Hypno kidnaps this little girl. I forget if this is anything. Might just be one of those, like, Gen 1 things that... Or, like, the Gen 3 things that never actually got implemented. Because it was going to be, like, a Toys R Us event. And then it just got cancelled before it even began.
Did that happen with Arceus?
I don't know,
The Arceus event never happened or something.
Yeah, like the Arceus, Darkrai, and Shaman events, like, because you could, when you bought an action replay, it was pretty easy to just, like, there was built-in codes for, like, getting the items for them. So, I don't know if they were ever actually officially implemented. Biker Goon. I assume that's not his name. They didn't bother to give him names.
Do you have to fight, like, 7 dudes in a row?
Probably not. Not even Pokemon is that aggressive. I don't know what kind of noise a pile of mud can make that would be Screech-like, but if it did happen, I would definitely be perturbed.
Remember in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Ryo learned Screech really early?
Is it useful, or is it just one of those moves you never use?
I mean, it's useful against bosses, but most enemies you just lawnmower over.
Maybe we really will fight all of them. I thought you only fought 1 or 2.
What if they just name them Biker 1, 2, 3?
1 Island Biker 1 Island Biker 2, or 3 Island Biker 1, etc. You know, now that I'm really thinking about it, Dream Eater being the way it is actually kind of surprising. Because like I said, Giga Drain was 5 PP, 60 power for a long time. Dream Eater is 100 power, and has actually more PP than Psychic, despite it being a draining move. The fact that it's conditional probably does elevate it in that way, but still. False Swipe Gaming YouTube channel, which is the channel that does, like, how good was this Pokemon competitively? They do less and less of those. They keep doing, like, weird, like, what was the most nerfed Pokemon, most buffed move, etc. They did a video the past few months that was, like, the worst officially recommended strategies, and one of them was Sleep Powder plus a Dream Eater. Yeah, it's not competitive, but you know, like, you know what I mean? You're watching what's happening on the screen. They don't just make strategies for the competitive scene. Like, Dream Eater was a Gen 2 move. You think they were putting in this move that needs at least 1 turn of setup? And we're thinking like, oh yeah, competitive players are going to use the shit out of this. I get that it's on the list because it's not an ideal strategy in competitive, but just like labeling it as an outright bad strategy is like, well, this move needs 1 turn to set up. It's just, I don't know, it's really weird to me.
Is that not a thing in competitive? Setting up stuff?
Not in that way, because competitive has sleep clause. So it's like if your Pokemon gets put to sleep, you'll just switch it out, and another Pokemon can't get put to sleep.
Oh.
It's a strategy that could only really work if it's their last Pokemon. And if it's their last Pokemon, you're probably going to win anyway. It could work with like Mean Look, but a Pokemon having Mean Look, a Sleep move, and Dream Eater is probably extremely rare and takes way too long to set up instead of taking just a normal amount of time to set up. I mean, moves like Fly and Dig are like never used in... Actually, I think Fly was used in competitive Pokemon, but like Dig wasn't, because like, oh, the Pokemon's using Dig, I'll just switch out into a flying type and be fine. But I don't know, this is something I talk about in like at least once in every series. It's okay for there to be moves that are bad in single player or bad in competitive or just bad in general. Like, I find the fact that Umbreon can learn Synchronoise very endearing. It's a move it's a psychic move that only works on Pokemon of the same type as its user. So Umbreon can only use a psychic move on other dark types, which dark is immune to psychic. Like, I bet that they did that deliberately. The devs did that deliberately just as a joke. Like, it's just funny.
That's silly. I mean, yeah, it's kind of like saying, oh man, Ember sucks competitively. The fuck?
Like, why does Ember exist when Flamethrower is just better? One of the examples I was talking about with Arizona, like, why does Psybeam exist when Psychic... Well, no, or no, why does Confusion exist when Psybeam is better? Something like that.
Yeah, like, it's... At the end of the day, it's still a video game.
It's the exact same thing as competitive Smash. Wow, that did like nothing. That was quad weak, but still. The same thing as competitive Smash, where like the competitive scene of Pokemon is at least officially recognized, but it's still like 1% of 1% of the population of people who play this game. Pokemon and Smash both sell millions, and if you really think that even 10,000 people are going to like Pokemon tournaments reliably, maybe I could see like that many people playing like Showdown, but that's a way less barrier of entry. So yeah, it's like you could complain about stuff being bad and competitive, but it's like that's not. Competitive only goes so far, you know. Most people don't give a shit.
Smash players also have like PTSD from Brawl. So some people are primed to be like, it's because they're fucking with us. It's because they hate us.
Yeah.
Even though Nintendo nowadays is clearly leaning more into competitive stuff.
A lot of Ultimate's changes, balance patch changes, were kind of like random. There's like a bunch of memes about how like they literally take the dartboard approach to buffing and nerfing. It's like, okay, throw the dartboard, land it on Ridley. Okay, what move are we gonna change? Okay, up tilt does 1 more damage. Ridley's up tilt does 1 more damage. That's what we're doing. But also a lot of moves were changed because they were really good and competitive. Ike and Palutena are always the ones that come to mind. On release, Palutena's neutral air took like twice as long to do because the hit lag was so high. But like in one of the earliest patches, they didn't nerf the move. They only nerfed the hit stun to make it go by faster, because one of Palutena's best combos is just like neutral air, neutral air, neutral air, like fucking 50 times in a row. Like casuals aren't going to be doing that, so that was clearly a change made with competitive in mind. Ike, he was literally just neutral air the character. So they nerfed his neutral air to be less of an amazing combo move. That's just what they did.
If we were to play Smash Ultimate 1.0 for a while with like a bunch of different characters, I wonder how apparent the changes would be to us.
Yeah. I would definitely notice the Palutena thing, but for other characters, yeah, I don't know.
Game & Watch would still be racist.
I thought that was a change made before the game actually released.
It was part of the day 1 patch, I think.
Okay. I totally forgot about that.
Kerbifer being replaced might also be the case. 1.0.0 might actually have Kerbifer in it.
But 1.0 doesn't have any of the DLC characters.
Oh yeah, what am I thinking of?
Are you just thinking of racist Game & Watch again?
Who voices Ellie on bonus stage again?
Kira Buckland, Rena-chan.
Does she voice anyone in Smash?
I'm sure she has to be some voice actor, if not for a main character, then for like a background dude, like in the Persona stage or something. She voiced Naruto in Super Smash Flash. Ontail?
Isn't that the name of a Pokemon?
Huntail, the thing that evolves from Clamperl.
Oops.
I was gonna name it Ordish. I wonder if Marilyn still makes videos. I haven't looked at his channel in a long time.
I think I know who that is, and I think he was doing this Nuzlocke challenge called Wedlock, which is this really contrived ass thing where like your 6 Pokemon are like 3 sets of 2, and if one of them in the pair dies, the other does, or something like that.
That's interesting.
It sounds like it was entirely designed just to make use out of the Wedlock
The name.
pun.
Yeah. I mean, it is unique. You gotta give him that.
That's when you get so good at a game, you just have to make up like the stupidest challenge runs for you to do.
Actually, that does remind me. For a video, I've been playing through Final Fantasy V Advance, doing the retro achievements, trying to like get all of them. And right before I got here, I beat Neo X Death, and every boss has like a special. It's like, you know, achievement 1 is just beat this boss. Achievement 2 is beat the boss doing a special thing, like beating it in 1 move, like using level 5 death or whatever. The one for X Death, like before Neo X Death, is drain all of his MP. The one for Neo X Death is kill all 4 parts, not at the same time, but kill all 4 parts with level 5 death. So there's a lot of like putting dragon powers on, or Samson's Might, and then dark sparking and that kind of stuff.
Ugh.
And like when I was doing it, I was like, well, this is kind of boring and annoying, but at least it's creative. I know so much about it at this point that if I was fighting him normally, it probably would have been done. The fight would have been done in like 5 minutes. Like between Between all of the spells like Mighty Guard, Mix, Dragon Power, dual wielding, Rapid Fire. I've been playing 4-Job Fiestas for, I think this is the first time we've seen Krabby. I've been playing 4-Job Fiestas for so long that I forgot what it was like to be overpowered in this game.
Staryu had Camouflage.
As an ability?
I guess. I thought that only Chameleon had that.
Chameleon. Yeah,
It seems like it was a move, I don't know.
It might have been. There's so many moves and abilities that are like change your type or change the opponent's type or something that I've just completely given up on trying to remember what they all are called and what they all do.
Oh yeah.
It's like the fact that there's Conversion and Conversion 2.
Prior to Gen 4, it was the signature move of Staryu.
We just saw a white whale. The first video I ever watched on YouTube was the fight scene in Mario Bros. Z. Mario and Company versus the Koopa Bros. That was fucking sick. It's still sick to this day. I wonder if that remake ever like went anywhere. The first series I ever watched, even before I had a YouTube account, was Marilyn's Pokemon Diamond playthrough. Unfortunately, I guess that playthrough doesn't exist on YouTube anymore. I don't know why, but I just remember that Marilyn was like, he had the footage, but like not the commentary, I guess. So he was like post-commentating over the old playthrough. I don't know. Like I don't remember the like context of why the playthrough was lost off of YouTube, but I have good memories about that. Watching Marilyn's Pokemon stuff every day. That was surprisingly easy. Oh, it's a girl Hypno.
Oh, so it's not creepy at all. Wow, he looks really stupid.
Big nose.
It looks like his eyes are going in different directions.
I can't even see his other eye.
I'm trying to figure out what Team Star's deal is.
I can't remember. They keep doing like weird subversive stuff with the evil team, quote unquote evil teams in the Pokemon games because they realize they can't just keep doing the same shit over and over. So in Gen 7 it was like, oh, it's Team Skull and there's Team Ether and it's like the bad and good guys. Oh, just kidding, they're both bad. And then Gen 8, the team wasn't actually evil. They were just Marnie's like hype squad, basically.
As soon as the last Pokemon of the champion's health reaches 0, the game crashes and the save is
They said it, literally they said it as a time bomb.